Croatia is a fantastic location for a road trip, and a couple of years back I had the pleasure of driving along the coast from Dubrovnik all the way up to Pula in the north, with a few stops along the way in Bosnia and also to the incredible Croatian island of Vis. It was on the island of Vis that I discovered some incredible places. The island has a rich military history, and while exploring we found submarine tunnels, a missile silo, military bunkers, so it was such an exciting place to go on a road trip. And in this video I'm going to talk to you all about the things that we saw, how to find the exciting spots like the missile silo, and give you a bit more info on how to road trip around Croatia. Vis is the perfect stop on a road trip. You get there by taking the ferry from Split over on the mainland, but feel free to drive up from Dubrovnik because that coast road is absolutely incredible. And from the coast road you can head up into the mountains as well if you fancy a bit more of an explore, or there are plenty of other islands that you can visit as well. After taking the ferry to the island, you'll land at the town of Vis on the island of Vis, and you have a choice of two main towns to stay in. There is the town of Vis, but there is also another town on the other side of the island called Komica. We stayed in the town of Vis, which sits below gorgeous vineyards and looks out on the sea, and you can see all the boats coming in from the mainland. The roads up to the top of the island are incredible fun, so if you do have the chance to come over with your car, then I definitely recommend you do so. But even if you don't and you get the ferry over as a foot passenger, you can hire cars on the island or even mopeds. Vis played a large role in World War II, and it was the hiding place of the resistance leader Tito, who eventually became the leader of Yugoslavia after the war. During this time, Vis was also a major base for British and Allied troops, and this is why you can find so much interesting kind of military bunkers and all of that kind of thing on the island, including a cave up in the hills where the resistance leader Tito was hidden away. Going to Vis is actually like going back in time a bit. There's lots of kind of old buildings, old cars, all sorts of things there, because after 1945 and World War II, Vis was closed to tourism by the Yugoslav army and was used as a major naval base, and it only actually reopened to foreigners in 1989. So it's a bit like going back in time to the late 80s, which is amazing if you love old cars. So all of the navy and military buildings on the island were abandoned at that time, so most of them can still be visited today, which means that if you're into urban exploration, or you just like looking at old buildings, or you're interested in military history, Vis is such a great place to visit. To get to the nuclear missile silo and underground bunkers, we walked down from a car park at the top of one of the hills and walked all the way down to the edge of the cliffs. Now this route took about an hour walking it, and it's downhill all the way there, and then, as you might expect, uphill on the way back. So if you do this as a walk, then it's worth bringing food and water and something to cover your head, especially if you're doing this in the height of summer like I did, because it gets very hot and there's not very much shelter. You can also drive down to the nuclear missile silo, however it's a completely gravel path, and the reason that we chose to walk was because we weren't sure that our automatic Audi would get all the way down and all the way back up without a problem. Around the area where the missile silo is, there are a lot of other abandoned buildings, as well as some cool triangular shaped stone huts that actually cover up the venting for the bunker below. If you walk down past the missile silo, you'll be able to find barracks, old buildings, torn down doors, all sorts of stuff that urban explorers absolutely love, and I had a fantastic time exploring this area. But if you walk along to the coast, you will find the gun encampments, and it's from this point that you can gain access to the military bunker below. Now, we didn't go too far because if you walk down into the bunker, it's pitch black, so take a head torch or some kind of torch to help you find your way around. But it is a maze of tunnels and rooms and all sorts of exciting stuff. the whole experience was super exciting. And this is one of the charms of Viz, is that you can look out over these beautiful vistas and enjoy this kind of sleepy Croatian island, but hidden beneath it are, you know, guns and bunkers and, you know, this massive missile silo. If you do plan on doing a road trip in Croatia, then I would definitely recommend doing the whole of the country. It's spectacular and there are some wonderful places to see. We also had the pleasure of going up into Bosnia-Herzegovina and looking at the beautiful bridge in Mostar. We stayed there for a few days. Another wonderful place, so definitely consider that as part of your road trip. But definitely go on the coast road that goes from Dubrovnik all the way up. We went to Split, visited the island of Viz that I've just told you about, and then drove on up to Pula, where we got the ferry over to Venice and ended our holiday in Italy, which was incredible. I think that Croatia is an often overlooked destination for a road trip or even a holiday. It actually has so much to offer, and for anyone who is a petrol head or just who loves driving, the roads are absolutely incredible, and not just on the island of Viz, but on all of the islands that you can take a car to, and especially on the mainland as well. We did some amazing driving that started on the coast road and then turned a bit inland, and the way the terrain changes is just spectacular. For electric vehicle drivers, the coast road has plenty of charging points, but Viz actually has 0. So if you are going to be coming over to the island with an electric car, bear this in mind and plan accordingly, as you may need to find a place that you can park and charge at on the island where you can plug into a normal kind of European plug socket. So bear that in mind. This is the first in our series of road trip destination videos. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more of these, please click like on this video. It helps more people find it. And please consider subscribing as well. We talk about everything to do with cars and road trips, particularly EV travel as well. So if you are an electric car owner and are thinking about how you can do road trips, then definitely subscribe to this channel for more of that. There will be more destinations videos coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jess Shanahan and I appreciate you visiting my channel.